and welcome to the 2015 Always Sunny in Sayreville Fantasy Football League. I am your commissioner, and this is the new show. This is the new set. I hope you like it. I got my video board. I got the football in the background. I don't know how I feel about the flashing lights yet. I don't know. We'll see. You guys can let me know what you think of that. We might get rid of the flashing lights. I don't know. So again, before we get started, welcome back everybody. We return all 10 members of the league. Everybody came back this year, which is excellent. And right off the bat, before we get any further, thank you to each and every one of you for meeting with me, taking a little bit of time out of your day. I appreciate it, and I just think it makes it so much better when everybody gets involved. As for the set, it's a little bit more simple, a little more streamlined than before. I had my fun with the bells and whistles and stuff. I got good at the things that I wanted to get good at, but that stuff took a lot of time, and I'd rather spend time on content versus, moving menus and pushing buttons. So I hope you guys dig the set. I made it all myself from nothing, so I'm kind of proud of that. All right, well, let's get into it. Before we get into the keeper special, there's a few points of business that we need to take care of before we get into the new year of the new league. Now, normally I would do off-season business special and then a keeper special, but I figure I'll just push them all into one, make it a little bit easier on everybody. Okay, first things first. This is a big announcement. This is really big. Next season, the 2016 season, the Always Sunny in Sayreville League will be expanding to 12 teams. We've been a 10-team league, obviously, for a little while. We returned all 10 members this year. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't return all 10 members again next year. So I am officially accepting nominations for the other 2 open spots that are going to be available after this season. Now, I think I might already actually have one of those spots filled by somebody who wanted to get in originally, like a couple of years ago, but wasn't able to do that at the time. But if you guys know somebody who would want to be in the league, who you think would be a good person for the league, you know the type of person that we're looking for, let me know and we'll start the ball rolling. So again, moving to 12 teams next year, I think that 12 is kind of the magic number. 12 teams will make it a little more competitive, but I think you guys will enjoy it. All right, next thing, the finances. Next season, we're going to push it to $75 for the league. Just so that everybody's clear, my ultimate goal is to push it up to 100 and stay at 100. I think 100 is the magic number, but I also understand that everybody's got a different situation, everybody's got a different budget. You do have a budget, right? So I want to push it up slowly. We've been creeping up. We started at 25, we crept up to 50, stayed at 50 for a year. We're going to creep up to 75 next year, and then we'll probably stay at 75 again, but it really all depends. I just wanted to put that in your mind. It's not something that's going to affect anybody right now, but if you want to start putting away, your fantasy football money for next season, once this season is over, $5 a week will get you to that magic number in plenty of time for 2016. Next thing I want to talk about is just remind you guys about scoring changes and things like that. First things first, we are going to 4 points for passing touchdowns. We have been, up until this point, a 6-point per passing touchdown league. But now we are officially 4 points per passing touchdown, so plan accordingly. Also, I want to remind everybody to go back on the YouTube page and watch the Coaches Challenge videos and understand rules, because ESPN still hasn't caught up with the other sites. I don't want to leave ESPN.com because it has all our league history and stuff, and I think everybody likes that. I certainly do. But they don't give you the scoring options that other sites do. I can't give you a point for a 4th down stop on ESPN, but I will give you a point for a 4th down stop in our league, as long as you throw the red challenge flag in the appropriate time, do the appropriate thing with the email, the whole 9. Watch that video again if you haven't in a while, or if you haven't ever, so that you don't get screwed out of points. Last year, somebody lost a game because they didn't send a coach's challenge that they should have sent. I think Narkowitz didn't do his due diligence, and he ended up losing a game. and that could be the difference between making the playoffs or missing the playoffs. All right, so learn the scoring. It's important. One final thing, the schedule is now different. Most of you guys already know this, but after the end of last season, I made a promise to you guys that I would change up the schedule so that we're not playing the exact same guys on the exact same weeks every single season. So if you want to check out the schedule, see who you're playing when, feel free to go to the league page and check that out. That's also posted on the Facebook page if you're hooked up with that. And I had no control. I put it into like a random generator on the internet, so I didn't have any plan of who anybody was playing at what point in the season. It's just what the computer spit out at me. So suck it up. Okay, without further ado, let's get started with the 2015 Keeper Special. And as always, I will be going in draft order. And with the number 1 overall pick for the second time in 4 years, by the way, Bobby J. What's that? Excuse me, there's been a trade for the number 1 overall pick in the draft, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby J has traded down, and there is a new holder of the number 1 overall pick. So, for the first keeper announcement of the 2015 season, let's go live right now to the new holder of the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Yes, that's right, Dave. We did have a trade for the number 1 overall pick. First time in Always Sunny in Sayreville history. The new holder of the number 1 overall pick joins me now. John Ortiz, yes. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. I can't shake your hand. I'm holding the camera. Okay, John, you are now the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Yes. Talk to us about your strategy in making that trade.
Well, Bobby J did not want to pick first, so I told him, I said, I'll take the number 1 overall pick, and I'm real confident in getting the guys I want. I like my draft position, and I'm hoping to have a lot better of a year this year. Very disappointed in my performance.
Right on. Now, before we get to your keeper, I understand also that you have a special announcement about the new name of your team.
Yes. With a lot of thinking, I decided to name my team the Bootleg Crab Leg, Jameson Winston.
Very good. The Bootleg Crab Leg for the 2015 season. Very nice. Now, who is going to be the first ever Bootleg Crab Leg player? Who is your 2015 keeper going to be?
My 2015 keeper for this year would be Julius Thomas of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Julius Thomas, tight end, Jacksonville Jaguars. Solid pick. He's got a lot of touchdown scoring potential. Yep. You hope that he might be a featured player in that offense.
Oh, absolutely.
So thank you very much, John. I appreciate it. Good luck in the draft and good luck in the upcoming season.
All right, thank you.
All right, back to you in the studio. There you have it. The first pick, the first keeper selection of the 2015 season is tight end Julius Thomas of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Total crap. And now we move on to pick number 2. So let's go out to the wood and see what Danny Mack says. Yes, thank you very much. I am out here in the wood with Danny Mack, the owner of the Golden Showers, holder of the second pick in the draft, I believe. And Danny, first of all, thank you very much for meeting me. I appreciate it. Okay, so first thing, everybody in Sayreville wants to know, have you decided who your keeper is going to be for the upcoming 2015 season?
Hill. Is that his name?
Jeremy.
That's his name, right?
Yeah, his name.
Yeah, the running back guy.
Jeremy Hill, running back, Cincinnati Bengals. What made you decide on Jeremy Hill? It seems like you were very excited about him.
Well, I was gonna go Alshon Jeffrey, but I figure I get running back 1 out of the way so I can draft running backs and wide receivers. Because last year I had a bad run with running backs, either beating the shit out of their kids or sucking or getting hurt and sucking, and I fucking hate drafting them. So now I don't have to worry about it till a little later.
Nice. That's a good philosophy and good strategy.
Adrian Peterson, Doug Martin in 1 round on 2 will do that to
you. All right, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good luck in the upcoming season, and we'll see you at the draft.
That's right.
Back to you in the studio. There it is. Running back Jeremy Hill from the Cincinnati Bengals, one of the top running backs in the draft, is officially off the board. Now we stay in the same place, so to speak, and talk to the man who holds the 3rd pick in the draft. All right, yes, thank you, Dave. I'm still down here in the wood, except this time I am joined by Matt, owner of the Open Slot. Matt, thank you very much for meeting me. I appreciate it. Okay, first things first. Sayreville wants to know, are you going to name your team this year?
Nope, keeping it as open slot.
Awesome. Okay, now have you decided who your keeper is going to be for the 2015 season?
Golden Tate.
Golden Tate, wide receiver, Detroit Lions. Now this is, if I'm not mistaken, the second time you're keeping Golden Tate. You kept him last year as well. He was a good player for you last year. What position do you draft? Do you know?
I'm not sure actually.
All right. Well, you better get your shit together, Matt.
I think I'm in the top couple.
You're actually drafting third, which is good. So now
third.
you got a solid wide receiver to start with, and you're gonna end up with a pretty nice player at 3.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Welcome back to the league, and we'll see you at the draft.
All right, sounds good.
Back to you in the studio. Wide receiver Golden Tate from the Detroit Lions established himself as a solid wide receiver 2 last year, and this year Matt's hoping for more of the same. And now finally we get to Bobby. Really? We have another trade, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby J has traded down yet again in an unprecedented move, and we have a new holder of the 4th pick. So let's go out to the field right now and find out who that's going to be. Yes, Dave, that's right. We have had another trade. Bobby J traded down again out of the 4 slot, this time with the owner of the Rusty Strombone. Anthony joins me right now. Anthony, thank you for taking a few minutes. I appreciate it. So trading up with Bobby J. Talk to me a little bit about your strategy.
Well, I wanted to definitely get a solid running back, real strong in the beginning, and that's where I'll get it at 4. 7, I just didn't like 7. They say it's lucky. I don't think it's lucky. I might even pick 4th last year, and I had a pretty solid team. Cowboys fucked me up in the end, and I lost. I should have won. 12-1, just saying. I don't want to hear it.
So, okay.
You had something to say, and I don't like it.
No, well, 12-1 was your regular season record.
That's don't. All right. I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna go.
You were 12-1. And got a first round bye, and then got smoked in the first round.
Yeah, but see,
in the second round of the playoffs.
Smoked is a little harsh,
but it's true. All right. So, have you given any thought to who your keeper is going to be for the 2015 season?
I did. I was stuck between 2. Antonio Brown, solid pick. I don't think anybody would pick any other. And Beckham Jr. just because he was so explosive, but he's not the number 1. As much as Antonio Brown with no other threat on that team. So I'm going to have to go with Antonio Brown.
Okay. Antonio Brown, wide receiver, Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this is the second time you're keeping Antonio Brown. Is that correct?
That is.
So you'll only be able to keep him one more time if you choose to do that?
Probably will.
Yeah, probably. Barring some crazy thing that happens, like maybe he tears an ACL in the preseason and never plays a snap for you, something like that.
Blows his finger off.
That could possibly happen. Maybe he beats his kid or rapes a chick. You never know. You never know.
That's true, though. Punches a girl in the face, maybe.
You could punch a girl in the face. As a matter of fact, like statistically speaking, that seems like the most likely scenario for him to. Because he has already kicked somebody in the face.
Yes.
Do that.
This is Sparta type shit.
Yeah. Okay, so Antonio Brown, wide receiver, Pittsburgh Steelers. That's an excellent pick. By all accounts, one of the top-rated keepers for this 2015 season. So again, thank you very much for your time. Good luck in the upcoming season.
Yeah, I hope I get to the playoffs and kick some ass.
Yeah.
I do. I need to get there.
Too. Yeah. Well, you can't take a step back. 12-1. There's expectations that
That's
come
what I'm
with
saying.
that.
I got to do it.
All right. Back to you in the studio. Wide receiver Antonio Brown from the Pittsburgh Steelers. One of the top, if not the top receiver on most people's draft boards. You can go ahead and cross him off. He's a keeper. Now we move on to the playoff teams, mostly. So let's grab a bite with the holder of the 5th pick in the draft. All right, yes, thank you very much. I am out here at the snack bar with John Narkowitz, owner of the Gotham Rogues team. John, thank you very much for meeting me. I appreciate it. Okay, John. First things first, Sayreville wants to know, who are you going to be keeping for the 2015 season?
I'm going to be keeping Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, wide receiver, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's your strategy there?
Just keeping a top 15 receiver, best player on my team.
Nice. All right, very good. And you're picking, what pick do you have this year? 5th pick? All right, so now you got your top flight wide receiver taken care of. You can go any direction in the draft.
Exactly.
Nice. All right, well, thank you very much again for your time.
No problem.
Thanks for meeting me, and we'll see you at the draft. Back to you in the studio. Wide receiver Mike Evans, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Solid young wide receiver with a ton of upside. Next up, the 2013 Always Sunny in Sayreville champion. Let's go out to the field right now and find out what kind of hijinks Albert's getting himself into. Yes, thank you very much. I'm out here in the backyard where Albert Pirro from Toddler Fight Club is currently working on the smoker. Let's see if we can take a minute and talk to him about his keeper.
How's it going, Mish?
Very well. How are you?
Everything good. I'm doing well. Getting excited for the upcoming season. How's everyone doing out there? Nice to see you all again. Oh, by the way, I hope we can all get together at some point. I know we put it out there. I hope we can continue the dialogue about a good weekend when we can all get together and bust each other's balls about whose team is the absolute worst. Bobby J.
The first question on everybody's mind in Sayreville is, have you decided who your keeper is going to be for the upcoming season?
Well, after a disappointing defense of my title championship last year, and looking at the absolute dog shit left on my roster at the end of the season, we've decided to go with running back from the Cleveland Brownstains, Isaiah Crowell.
Isaiah Crowell, running back from the Cleveland Browns.
That's
now, by all accounts, the lowest rated keeper from any of the teams this season. So I guess it just puts a little added pressure on you to come through in the draft.
It sure does. But one of the things that the other teams don't have is me. Is someone who will actually show up to the draft and be there on time. And I won't ever draft a kicker in the 6th round, which is good.
Yes.
So that's never going to happen.
That's
Those are two
sharp.
things in my corner for me. Also, thank you for compiling the numbers. I have the most wins of anyone who's been in this league since the beginning. So
That's right.
those are all things in my favor. As much dog shit as currently on my fucking piece of shit roster, I do have those things going for me. So that's good. That's
right.
good.
And you have the most likely keeper to be released by or before week 1 of the regular season. So
Yes.
You got that going for you as well.
So if anyone's interested in a trade, I will accept a keeper that doesn't suck balls for a wonderful smoke recipe.
Thank you very much for
my
meeting me.
pleasure.
I appreciate
My
it.
pleasure. Thanks for stopping by.
Well, as always, good luck in the upcoming season, and we'll see you at the draft.
Keep it sunny, Sayreville.
Back to you in the studio. Isaiah Crowell, I think that's how you say it. He said Crowell. Maybe he's right. I mean, he is the guy's general manager. He should know. Running back, Cleveland Browns, total crap. And now, finally, we get to Bobby J with the 7th pick in the draft. So let's go live and find out who OG Bobby Johnson is going to be keeping this year. All right, thank you very much. I'm out here in deepest, darkest Neptune, New Jersey with Bobby Johnson. Bobby, thank you for taking a few minutes. I appreciate it.
Anytime, Mr. Commissioner.
Okay, so you are the new holder of the 7th pick in the draft.
Yes, sir.
Okay, after having traded down not once but twice. Talk to us a little bit about your strategy there.
Well, you may have to do your research on this, but it seems to me that the people that have the later picks in the draft always have better teams. So because they're not waiting as long between picks. Yeah, sure, first, second pick, you probably get one of the top 2 players available, but you got to wait forever to pick again.
So instead of trading back, have you considered being better at fantasy football?
Man, you know I've had a lot of bad luck. I've had a lot of injuries. Who'd have thought Adrian Peterson was going to beat his kid last year? Seriously. Let's be honest, Dave.
You can't predict that kind of thing. So speaking of running backs, have you decided on your keeper for this upcoming 2015 season?
Yes, I have.
Who's it going to be?
I'm keeping C.J. Anderson.
C.J. Anderson, running back, Denver Broncos. Potential, top 10 running back in the league.
Yep.
Great opportunity there. That's a pretty good pick. Have you decided yet what your team name is going to be? Or are you going to stick with the Crabtrees?
I'm still thinking about it. I'm leaning towards the Crabtrees, but I'm doing a little research and see whose name fits with what. So.
All right. Right on. All right. Thank you very much, Bobby. Appreciate it. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Dave.
All right. Running back C.J. Anderson from the Denver Broncos. Another top running back is off the board. Little interesting side note. Bobby J was the first person to do a keeper interview with me. We actually did an interview at the end of last season. He was convinced. He's like, I already know who my keeper is. Let's do the interview right now. Over the off season, I took a look at all the rosters and stuff, and I was like, hey, Bobby, maybe you might want to take another look at your team because I think you're missing something. He took a look, and upon further review, settled on C.J. Anderson, which I think is the right choice. So we'll see how everything plays out. Next up, with the 8th pick in the draft, is the 2014 Porter Division champion. So let's go out to the field and see who Mike's going to be keeping this year. Yes, thank you very much, Dave. I'm out here in Nazi Middletown with Mike Dahl, owner of Team Blumpkin. Mike, thank you for taking a few minutes to meet me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
First things first, you are the only team in the league with multiple division championships. You actually won 2 division championships. Nobody else has done that. But you still have yet to win a playoff game. Do you think this is the year that you finally break through?
Honestly, 100% honesty, probably not. But hey, you never know. Maybe, you know.
Okay, so now have you made your decision on who your keeper is going to be for the 2015 season?
Yes, I have.
Okay, who's it going to be?
Well, you see, I had to put some thought into it because there's been a lot of criticism over the last few years about me not drafting Jimmy Graham. So since Jimmy Graham went to the Seahawks, I think the best thing is just to keep Russell Wilson again because it's just like having Jimmy Graham.
That is actually pretty good reasoning, Mike.
And the rest of my team sucks, so I may as well.
Russell Wilson, quarterback, Seattle Seahawks. Now you realize this is the 3rd time you're keeping him. You can't keep him again, so you may as well enjoy him. Run him into the ground as much as you can.
Just beat him down and trade him at the trade deadline.
There you go. That sounds like a good plan. All right, Mike, thanks again for meeting me. I appreciate it. Good luck in the upcoming season, and back to you in the studio. All right, there you have it. Russell Wilson, quarterback, Seattle Seahawks. Final year of keeper eligibility. It's a bittersweet moment for Team Blumpkin, but from what I understand, Russell Wilson has pledged not to have sex until Team Blumpkin wins a playoff game. Next up, picking 9th in the draft, is last year's runner-up. So let's travel to the area between space and time so I can interview myself. Yeah, it was a tough decision. All right, thank you very much, Dave. I am out here with, well, I mean, you know how it works by now. First things first, Dave, thank you very much for a few minutes. I appreciate it. Welcome back to the 2015 season.
Great to be back.
I know you're really busy with the keeper special and everything like that. I know you want to get that out as soon as possible, so I won't take up too much of your time. Let's get right to the point. Have you decided who your keeper is going to be for the 2015 season?
Yes, I have.
All right. Who's it going to be?
Well, it was a really tough decision. I had 5 equal candidates, and I cannot have a repeat of the Zach Stacy, Andrew Luck situation. So I decided to go with the guy who had the highest upside, in my opinion. So that's going to be Jordan Matthews. Jordan Matthews, wide receiver, Philadelphia Eagles. Definitely a high upside pick. And, I mean, I guess we'll find out if it was the right decision as the season moves along. So, again, thank you very much. All right, thanks.
I'll let you get back to work, and we'll send it back to you in the studio. Wide receiver Jordan Matthews from the Philadelphia Eagles. Agonizing. This was an agonizing decision. I'm still not comfortable with it. And now, with the 10th and final pick in the first round of the 2015 Always Sunny in Sayreville draft, your 2014 champion, the Moth. Tom, what's going on?
Not much, man. How we doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. First things first, welcome back.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Now, before we get into it, how was your off season?
It was good, man. It was better than the playoffs for me. Like, I don't know if you remember, but right in the beginning of the playoffs, I got hit by a truck, and then I've been dealing with that recovery ever since. So yeah, right now it's way better than then.
All right, well, it's great to hear that you're doing better. On behalf of everybody in the league, we're glad to see you're doing well, and welcome back. So in the off season, did you do anything interesting with the cup?
Well, I don't know if you can see, but like I made a lamp out of it. Yeah, isn't that pretty cool? That's my lamp.
Nice, classy, nice.
That's all I got. I didn't do anything crude or unusual. I just made a lamp.
Well, the guys in the league appreciate that you didn't do anything disgusting with the cup. Trust me.
I bet they do.
I noticed that you posted a picture of the trophy on the Facebook page and made a little prediction for the upcoming season. So for anybody who might not have seen it yet, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah,
what that's all about?
I was just thinking that it's probably traveled a bit. I know you had it at one point. I know how the Fight Club had it at one point. And once it got here, it kind of just fit into my living room very well. It's a good talking piece for people that come in. Oh, what's that trophy over there? That's I walked into this league and then I took their trophy, so I think it should just stay. That's what I was getting at in my Facebook post.
So basically, what you're saying is, in the nicest way possible, that you're predicting a repeat for this year.
Yeah, after the trophy, not for me. I just want the trophy to be had.
We all do. All right. Now we come to the big question that Sayreville wants to know. Who will you be keeping for the 2015 season?
Oh, I had a couple choices, man. I could have gone Tony Romo, just to be like, to go QB forever. I didn't want to do that. And then I had the choice between like Randall and Carlos Hyde. I'm still like, I'm making my decision right now because I don't know. I actually I was leaning towards the Bills D, to be honest. Like, because like I wanted some sort of advantage, and I think I'm gonna go with the Bills D, man.
Are you serious, man?
I'm serious, dude.
You're not gonna keep Le'Veon Bell again?
Can I?
Yeah. Well, the guys in the league are probably gonna kill me, but yes, you can keep Le'Veon Bell again.
Dude. Oh yeah, he's my man. I didn't know that. What the fuck?
Yeah, man. I thought you were kidding this entire time. I didn't think you were like.
No, I had no idea I could, man. I was lost.
Nice. Well played. Well, everybody in the league is furiously texting me right now, pissed off because I told you that you could keep Le'Veon Bell. But there you go. All right. So for the record, your keeper for the 2015 season is
Le'Veon Bell.
Awesome. Le'Veon Bell, running back from the Pittsburgh Steelers, arguably the highest rated running back. And certainly the highest running back. He loves the ganja.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there, at some point or another, like it happens.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate you taking the time.
No
good luck in this season, except when you're playing against me. And we will see you at the draft. All right. This guy. All right, guys, that's it. Those are all the keepers for the 2015 season. Let's run it back through. But I'm going to go in ESPN pre-draft ranking order, meaning most valuable keeper to least valuable keeper as far as ESPN is concerned before the draft this year. The most valuable keeper, number 1 ranked keeper this year, Le'Veon Bell, running back, the Moth. Number 2 is wide receiver Antonio Brown from Rusty Strombone. Number 3 is running back CJ Anderson from She Gave Me the Crabtrees. And number 4 is running back Jeremy Hill from the Golden Showers. Number 5 is wide receiver Mike Evans from the Gotham Rogues. Number 6 is Russell Wilson, quarterback from Team Blumpkin. Number 7 is wide receiver Jordan Matthews from Shower Hug. Number 8, Don't Hate, Golden Tate, wide receiver, the open slot. Number 9 is Isaiah Crowell, running back from Toddler Fight Club. And number 10 is Julius Thomas, tight end from Bootleg Crab Leg. Those are the 2015 keepers. Those are the guys who are off the board. Those are the building blocks that everybody's starting their teams with this year. All right, guys, that's it. 2015 keeper special over. Remember that the draft is Tuesday, September 1st at 8:30 p.m. Please don't be late. Somebody's always late. Somebody always screws up. You can do the draft on your phone. You should have no problem with that. And if you don't have a phone that can do the draft, if you don't have a smartphone, then shame on you. Shame on you. Remember, if you're not sure about the rules, to go back and watch the old video. And if you have any other questions or issues, you know how to get in touch with me. Good luck, everybody. Let's keep it clean out there. And I will see you at the draft, where it's always sunny.